Hi, this is Carter Zimmerman, CEO of Finmo, and I will be doing a quick product demonstration. The first thing you need to understand about Finmo is there's really two sides to it. There's what we call the broker side and the borrower side. In this demo, I'll be flipping between the two sides. So when I'm on this tab here, I'm showing the broker screen, and when I'm on this side here, I'm actually showing the borrower portal. So each team on Finmo gets their own borrower portal. And they can actually create applications a couple different ways. We wanted to create Finmo so that it was really flexible to mirror the real life experience of a broker. So if they'd like, they could be on the phone with a borrower, they could create a new deal on their side, they could fill out as many pieces of the application as they wanted, and they could then invite the borrower to finish the remaining application. Another way they could do it is they could actually just send a link via email, and that link would have the borrower land here on the sign up page of the borrower portal, and the borrower could drive the process themselves. And that's the demo, and that's the flow that I'm going to be showing right here. So I've already entered a few details about this borrower. Add a password here and create the account. You'll notice a couple different things. The URL is actually completely white labeled. The team has the ability when they sign up to create their own team name, which is shown here. They also have their own logo. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll be Blake, the borrower, and I'm going to go ahead and try and complete my application. So you'll notice that it's very simple and very clean. There's a few steps here on the left side, and as the borrower begins to answer a few different details about what they're trying to accomplish, our application changes. The idea here is to create a very low barrier of entry for the borrower. We're wanting them to make a micro commitment and just to submit the application, and then they're much more compelled and they're convinced to finish the process later. They're much more committed. So notice here, where are you in the process of purchasing? If I select I've signed a purchase offer, we have a couple questions here that ask about the closing date and the security deposit towards the purchase. But if we select have not started, we ask a couple different questions instead. So we'll go ahead and say we haven't started. We'll say that we're going to put down 50,000. This is for an owner-occupied property, and continue on. The next step is who are the borrowers on this mortgage? I'm not going to go through every single question in detail, but you can notice here that we divide it into nice, easy sections. We also have some cool features to make it faster for the borrower, such as an autocomplete using Google's API. We were a owner at this property. When did you start living here? And depending on what they select here, we ask different questions. So if they've been living here since 2018, we ask for some more living history. If they say they've been living here at 2016, that satisfies the condition of 3 years of living history. So I'm going to go ahead and save that borrower, and that's the primary main borrower on this account. I can then go add another borrower, and you'll notice I get the same information here. One of the cool features about Finmo that's really a first in the industry is the ability to actually send an invite. So I could create my spouse, I could add my spouse here, I could add her phone number, and I could ask to send an invite, send her a message, and this would allow her to actually come into the application and help collaborate. It gets applications done way faster. So I'm not going to go ahead and do this. I'm actually going to navigate back to the borrowers page, and I'm going to say that I'm finished adding borrowers. The next step in the process is adding the income history. So I'm going to add what type of income? Employed, and we have a cool business name feature here. And that actually then fills in on the autocomplete business address. I can choose business name and it fills in the address, which just saves the borrower time of having to go look that up. Work full-time, hourly non-guaranteed. The nice thing about Finmo is that actually as you're going through the application, it's actually building a list of documents that you're going to need on the back end. We call that our Smart Documents feature. All right, so you can see here I've added income. I could actually choose to add additional income sources, but I'm going to say that that's okay for now. I'm going to finish adding income. I'm going to quickly add an asset here. This is where the broker would be looking to see if there is a down payment. Will I be using this as a down payment? Yes, I will. I'm actually going to use all of it. Okay, I've finished adding my assets. I have the ability to now add a property. So I can select a property that's previously been entered. go ahead and do that. Again, it's all about speeding up the process for the borrower. How much do I think it's worth? I actually own a property that's worth $200,000. I do plan on selling it. We ask for how much of the proceeds will be going to the sale. Is it still mortgaged? So this is where I can actually choose whether or not it's still mortgaged. I'm going to say no for now and save this property. Finish adding properties. I can add a realtor or lawyer to this. I'm not going to. And then I get to review the application. Okay, this application looks good. I can add a few comments here if I'd like as the borrower. And then I actually agree to their custom credit consent of the mortgage team that's running this application. So I'm going to agree to that. I'm going to finish submitting the application. Now, right away, you're going to notice something very, very different of what just happened in this borrower portal compared to any of our competitors. So the most time-consuming process in the mortgage journey is collecting documentation. And with our Smart Documents feature, we were able to run an analysis on the application, and we were able to show the documents that are going to need to be requested based on the answers that were uploaded. So the broker, we do default the rules, what we're calling Smart Document rules. We set up a default for every new team that joins Finmo, but you can obviously customize these rules depending on the lender you commonly submit to. So notice here, you can actually quickly upload a main form of identification. I'm going to go ahead, and since I have my pay stubs right beside me, I'm going to go ahead and upload this sample pay stub here. It's also drag and drop, really easy to choose files, and I'm going to go ahead and save and upload. The nice thing about Finmo is that this document library actually also has read more, it has descriptions. So if a borrower doesn't know how to get a piece of data, or sorry, a document, they actually can look through here to understand how they could actually retrieve that document. And we do this for all the teams by default, but again, they can customize this library. So right here, you'll notice that the pay stub is in review. I can add more files to it if I made a mistake. And that's really the end of the borrower portal. So in the next demonstration, I'm going to show you kind of what's happening on the broker side.